technically I'm Norwegian, and but I've lived now in Canada longer than I've lived in Norway, so I feel very at home in Canada. I've always got a problem with calling myself either or, Canadian or Norwegian filmmaker. I have a sturdy foot in each country and do a lot of collaborations. All my films, short films so far, have been co-productions with Norway and Canada. And I think I'm sort of a two-country director. I feel very rooted in both countries. Well, this is a film that's more autobiographical than my other two films. The other two films weren't really, they were based on sort of odds and ends from my childhood, but this one really is more of a snapshot from this period in my life. And I think what drew me to it is I've seen it as an opportunity to make a story and a film that works as a kind of like an homage to my parents and my family. And I think what drew me to the material that I'm using in the film is the fact that it's both kind of bittersweet but also funny. There's a seriousness in the topic, but it's also really full of humor, much like families in general, I think. When I make these films, what I always like to think that I'm doing is that I am sharing some tiny little piece of what it means to me to be a human being in these different kinds of situations. The most important thing really is that it gets seen by an audience and that it reaches an audience. So it's hugely important. I mean, it really warms my heart tremendously, just, you know, you having showed the Danish poet at these screenings across the country. It's wonderful. I mean, that's why I make them. You know, I want people to see them. They're not just for me.